Ahoy, cruise enthusiasts! When we book our cruise vacation, we often look forward to a nice, calm, quiet, and serene experience. But let's be realistic. The cruise industry is seeing some of the highest bookings and attendance that they have in, well, forever. And finding that quiet and calm place on the cruise ship is getting harder and harder. So here I am with 9 suggestions, 9 tips for you to find that quiet place on the cruise ship, or avoid crowds on the cruise ship, whatever you want to do. And yes, there are 9. I actually did count this time. All right, number 1 should be the most obvious: pay. That's it. Just pay more and you can get away from people, either by sailing on a luxury line like a Seabourn or Regent Seven Seas or Explorer Journeys, or if you want to stay on one of the main lines, there's always the Haven by Norwegian, MSC Yacht Club, or even the Suite class on Royal Caribbean, Celebrity, or Princess. Some of the cruise lines, I think like Princess, does allow you to buy into the Sanctuary. I think that's what they call it for the cruise. So that's a good way to escape the crowds. And Norwegian has the, not the Yacht Club, Vibe Beach Club, if you can get it, of course. And that is a good way to explore, to escape the masses. So there you go. If you want to escape people, yeah, paying is a very, very easy way to do that. Number 2, for a lot of activities on the cruise ship, you can avoid people by just going early or going late. This is going to depend heavily on the activity schedule on the cruise ship. And, you know, just check the cruise planner and see what's going on. And if it's something that's happening like continuously throughout the day, then, you know what, just, you know, avoid the crowds by getting there late. A good one to do this with is collecting the charms. I said in one of my challenge videos, collecting the little charms from the jewelry shop. If you arrive early, you're going to have to stand in the long queue. But if you give it some time, you know, if you go scope it out and give it some time, you'll get there. You can just like walk right in and grab it without a whole lot of fuss or muss. So yeah, check the schedule and maybe you can avoid everybody by going super, super early or super, super late. Another way to avoid people, number 3, is to have breakfast or lunch in the dining room. Some cruise lines, this is only available lunch in the dining room on sea days, but it is usually way less crowded than the buffet, and it is just nice to relax in there and get served and everything without having to, you know, dodge all of the other guests who are, you know, trying to load up their trays in the buffet. Breakfast in the dining room, even on port days, is also a lot quieter than the buffet. Definitely give it a try. Get in with that, get in and out with that express breakfast in, honestly, maybe not even a half an hour. So yeah, you can avoid people by going to the dining room for lunch and breakfast. All right, number 4, go to specialty dining. Yeah, they're usually very small venues and they don't allow a lot of people in there, so that is a great way to avoid people. Of course, now the hibachi, whatever, the Japanese thing, that might be a little bit crowded because you're like sitting next to somebody around the table. So, you know, if you're okay with that, do it. But if you really want to avoid people being like right next to you, don't do that. But all the other venues, the steakhouse and whatnot, yes, very low capacity, so you are going to be at least far away from people, and there just won't be that many people in the room. All right, number 1, I know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm sure you've heard this before, but do your pool day on a port day. Yeah, just skip the port. Don't book any excursions. Don't go ashore. They're all the same, especially in the Caribbean. And enjoy the cruise ship pools on a port day because they will be way, way less crowded because most other guests will be ashore. The service is pretty much the same. In fact, it might even be better because, you know, the bars are still open, the pool staff is still out there, but with fewer guests to serve, you might actually, you know, be able to get through that drink package a lot easier. So yes, save your pool day for a port day. All right, next up is to book the thermal suite if the ship has this. And most of the new modern ships have some kind of thermal suite. You can see a number of videos. I have a number of videos here on the channel for various thermal suites, and you can buy it sometimes per day or for the whole cruise. And it is a fantastic way to get away from everybody. Just be careful. Some of them require reservations that are maybe not so much enforced. It just depends on, you know, capacity for that day. MSC is one that does ask for reservations, but I've never really had a problem going in. On Cunard, Queen Elizabeth, they never asked for it. On Norwegian, they never asked for a reservation, and I had it one other place, I think, and there was no reservation necessary. But that is a great way to escape the crowds into the thermal suite. Just lie on one of those chairs, put a couple towels down, and yeah, there's nobody around. Well, sea days are more crowded. There you go. Sea days are more crowded. Go to the thermal suite on a port day, and you will be, you'll hear echoes. All right, next up, go to the spa. Yes, if you really want to get away from people, go to the spa and book one of the longer treatments or book 2 back-to-back treatments, right? You'll be in there for maybe 3 or 4 hours, and it's just going to be you and the masseuse. That's pretty much it. So yeah, if you really want to escape everybody, that is a great and very, very relaxing way to do it. I would say, if you're going to do this, look through what they offer, and don't just get the regular, Swedish massage or anything like that. Try something different. Try the bamboo massage. Yes, I dare you, seriously, try the bamboo massage, or the hot stone massage, or the herbal wrap. That's actually very comforting. So yeah, back-to-back spa treatments. You will be away from everybody for hours and hours. All right, number 8, go hang out, while they last, go hang out in the card room or library. Sadly, a lot of cruise ships are closing the library or reconverting them into a casino space, who knows what. But a number of ships, in Cunard especially, do still have card rooms and libraries, and it's a library. It's expected to be quiet, and the guests do seem to understand that ethos. You go in there, you can sit, read a book. You can play a very quiet game. I have seen people playing very, very quiet card games in there. And yeah, because people just don't want to sit in a quiet library, there's nobody in there. So that's a great way, number 8, to escape the crowds. And finally, depending on the cruise ship, depending on what's going on, usually during the day, you can find empty venues. And notably, Carnival is great for this. On my last few Carnival sailings, you can find empty venues all over the ship that just aren't being used during the day. They're used at night for either clubs or performances and karaoke or whatever, but during the day, they're just there. And the doors are very often wide open. If the door's closed, maybe don't go in, but way more times than not, the door is open and there's plenty of comfy chairs and everything. It's, of course, all climate controlled, so it's super comfortable and super quiet, and very often there is nobody in there. So if you really want to get away from everybody, just find a venue that's not open for business right now and go and have a seat and read your book, listen to music, doom scroll on X, watch my videos, whatever you want to do. Watch my videos here on YouTube or Rumble. Yeah, that's just those two. That's all I have. And yeah, that's a great way to escape all of the crowds on the cruise ship. All right, there you go. So my 9 ways, or the 9 ways that I have very often tried to escape and successfully escaped the crowds on the cruise ship. So hopefully by now you have gone down and subscribed to the channel. If you have other ways, secret ways that you would like to share with everybody, let us all know in the comments below, and maybe I'll add it to the list for the next revision of this video. So, on your next cruise, if we are both looking to get away from the crowds and we end up in an empty venue together, I would love to see you on board.